Hey gang, Uncle Todd here, and I'm doing another garage review. On Saturday, my birthday, Erica dragged me to see the Barbie movie. All kidding aside, I kind of wanted to see it anyways. It looked funny. But we'll do a little video magic, and then I'll give you the review. Okay. Sorry. The basic plot is there is a Barbie land where all the different styles of Barbie live in harmony with all the different styles of Ken and Skipper and Alan and all this. And it's all perfect. It's all run by the Barbies. And they all have little perfect houses and little perfect uh, lives, And one day, while Barbie is having her usual girls' night dance party, she has this odd feeling of, she starts thinking about death, something they have no concept of. They're eternal. They're Barbie. And the next day when she gets up, other things start to happen. She gets depressed. Things aren't working the way they should be. Barbies don't go downstairs. They get picked up and placed where they want to be or need to be. So in Barbie Land, they just step off their second floor and they float down. Barbie falls. Then her feet, which are always, in high heel style, get flat. She can't wear heels because her feet are flat. And they suggest she go sees Weird Barbie, which is the Barbie that gets roughly played with and beat up and drawn on. And she lives in this weird little house. And she listens to Barbie and figures out that someone in the real world has started influencing Barbie. Now, the Barbies also influence the outside world, mostly with Barbie toys and things. Things that happen in Barbie Land will then get produced and sold in the real world. So Barbie now has to go to the real world to find the child that has been giving her these thoughts and correct the problem so she can come back and be standard Barbie. She's the stereotypical Barbie. And so she heads out, only to discover Ken has hidden in her car to go with her, because in Barbie Land, Ken has no other purpose than to be with Barbie. That's why he was made. That's all he really does. And so Barbie heads in the real world, thinking it's going to be very similar to Barbie World because they've empowered and inspired all the little girls who played with Barbie dolls. So it must be very similar to Barbie Land, right? It's not. The real world, men are in charge. And she finds there are a lot of things she doesn't know how to navigate in this world, and she's getting other emotions, and she's not sure she likes them. She cries at one point. And she finally, eventually, trying to find the girl, sends Ken off on his own because he's getting annoying. And that's a mistake. Because while Barbie's looking for the little girl, Ken is experiencing this world, which is so different from his. And he starts to notice the men. And he goes to the library and reads books about patriarchy. And he sees men in gyms and corporate boardrooms and all this. And he gets inspired. So he heads back to Barbie Land. to let everyone know about this new way of doing things, the patriarchy. Meanwhile, the authorities have learned that Barbie is in the real world, and they contact Mattel, who now have to send out agents to collect her so they can put her back in a box. And I'm going to kind of leave it there so that you get some surprises along the way. It's a very funny film, very funny. My wife got a lot more of the jokes than I did because she actually had Barbie and the Dream House and all these other things growing up. She didn't have everything because nobody could have everything, but she had a lot of good Barbie toys. And but yeah, everything in Barbie Land is built around the the Dream House and the wardrobe box, the little car. Everybody goes to the beach, which is apparently where the Kens hang out. And there are also some of the discontinued models, like Midge, who was the pregnant Barbie, but that really didn't go down well. And the Sugar Daddy Ken, which is not what you think. He had a little dog named Sugar, and he was Sugar's daddy. But it's not really an airplane-like comedy. It's actually a social satire. And some people will argue over this, because there are a lot of people saying the whole thing is women are great and men are bad and stupid. And no, you're looking at the surface level. You're not actually paying attention to the actual movie, where basically it shows things are bad under patriarchy. Women are subjugated. Men are bad under a matriarchy. They're subjugated. So at one point, Barbie's asked, where do the Kens sleep? And she has no idea. They don't have houses. She doesn't know where they go at night. The Kens are unhappy. And they readily take to this revolution of the men are in charge. But they really don't understand what being in charge means. And it's just everything's a mess. I take from it that men and women, Kens and Barbies, need to be on a somewhat equal footing for everything to work correctly and for everyone to be satisfied and happy. That's what I took from it. Now, other people will argue against that, but that's their interpretation. This one's mine. So it was very enjoyable. I liked some scenes where she kept getting arrested because, someone slaps her on the behind and she turns around and punches him. Gets arrested. She gets released because, she's just so darn attractive. And she, goes and gets some clothes, can't pay for them, gets arrested. And they let her off with a warning because, gosh, she's just so cute in that outfit. And probably the highlight of the film is the Ken song, where Ryan Gosling starts singing, and then the others join in. And at first they're fighting each other, and then it turns into this big interpretive dance, and they all hold hands because they realize they're just Ken. And there is a great little joke that I'm pretty sure pokes fun at the complaints about the casting that went on before they got Margot Robbie, because one of the points is Barbie feels she's not perfect. And someone makes the comment, well, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. And the narrator, Helen Mirren, excellent job. So many great fourth wall break jokes. Says this probably would have made more sense if we hadn't cast Margot Robbie. And Then there's Alan, Ken's friend. They only made one version, but he seems to be more self-aware than anyone else about everything that goes on. It has some great jokes. Michael Cera really nails that one. And yeah, the focus seems to be whoever's in charge. It is exhausting. And there's so much stuff they have to, and then there's the image they have to project. Basically, the Barbie image isn't totally correct, and neither is the patriarchal masculine archetype good either, because you're not being yourself, you're posing as a certain stereotype. And I kind of like that. That makes sense to me. No one is uber masculine, no one is uber feminine. People have bits of both. And if you disagree, well, I can't help you with that. But a good big thumbs up. Very enjoyable. But it is not what the advertisements make. There's actually a point behind this film. And there are some serious moments that, will make you think. Well, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.